For now, though, we're going on news from a few days ago and WWE firings. I'm going to give you the first half, and we'll talk about them, and then we'll go through the rest of the few. So it's been a handful of firings, and the biggest name that has been gotten rid of is Jinder Mahal. So Jinder's release was a big one for WWE fans because the company finally hindered Jinder for real.
Hindered Jinder.
Hindered Jinder. This is via SE Scoops, by the way. He was fired in 2010.
Hey, he could have been misgendered.
I don't think anyone was misgendering him. Unless he's filed something very recently.
Because it rhymes with gender.
Okay, so misgender.
Misgender.
No one's misgendering.
If he did really undergo a sex change, he could be misgender.
He'd make an ugly woman. I wouldn't bother.
Okay. Yeah, he would make not a very attractive female.
Yeah. It says he was fired in 2010. I've got a feeling he was fired a little bit later than that. Anyway, he made his return a few years later. He had a drastically changed body. He looked like a Vince McMahon wrestler. Then he became WWE champion. But then in the last few years, he's barely used. And then with him getting fired is Veer Mahan, another Indian wrestler, and Sangha, another Indian wrestler. They've now got rid of every single Indian wrestler.
No, seriously, I detect some anti-Indian bias here because I think they're prejudiced against Indian people. And I'd file a suit. That's what I'd do. First thing I'd...
Funny you mention that. I was going to ask if that's even possible when you're an independent contractor. Can you file a lawsuit?
I'm sure it is. No, well, you can file a lawsuit or anything, but would it be effective? I don't know. We'd have to see.
I think they've got a racial discrimination case there because they're all Indian. They were all hired. Jinder was made WWE champion to appeal to the Indian population. Veer Mahan, Sangha, or trying to get some Indian people on the roster.
Okay, they made him champion to appeal to that. It's a huge audience in India.
Yeah, like 1.3 billion, yeah.
And so did they run a show there? Did they?
Yes.
What?
They did.
They did.
So
but he was champion.
No. That's the comedy of it. No, they took the belt off him just before they went to India.
That's when Vince was still in charge.
Oh, God, yeah. This is 2017.
Oh, well, it makes sense then. See?
So he's the champion. I think he loses to Triple H. He lost as well, but he lost to Triple H because Triple H was still more popular. Apparently, the WWE network numbers in India actually went down when Jinder won the title. So the Indian contingent was not a big fan of Jinder as champion, apparently. And then they did a brief tour of India.
You've been to India?
No, I've never been to India.
I have.
How was it? Oh, well, yeah, you went with
Woo!
Ric Flair?
No, if I'd have went with Ric Flair, I'd have left his ass over there. So, one thing about the Indian people, very, very polite. They were. They're like little kids because we pulled up. We made some appearance somewhere. I think it was an auto factory. And so we toured it. I don't know why. But when we pulled up in the car, they all just came out and they stood around the car and just not trying to really talk to us or anything, just looking at us. And it was like, and they kept coming. And it was like, I bet by the time that we was only there about 10 minutes parked in the middle of the street for some reason. I don't know. But I bet there was 500 or 700 people just standing around, and he was all trying to get to the front. And we went to this is another thing we went to. We went to a school, and it was I forgot what it was, a car plant, but they made the cheapest car in the world there and made the most expensive car. I don't even know what kind. It was a Jaguar or something. I don't know. But they have their own school on site. We went to the school during, playtime, I guess. And these kids and they tell them to line up. And of course, the kids were excited because we were all on TV there, and they kind of knew us, and we were somebody. And the teachers all carry like little sticks, and they'll tell them once to get in line. If they don't get in line, they whack them. Then they line up. But they were very well disciplined. It might take a stick to get them there, but they were well disciplined kids, and they're very nice. That's what I noticed about the Indian people. So when we pulled off, we were going a road to get to the school or get to where the factory was and the school. It was all in the same place. The roads were like, I don't know. I expected to see horses and wagons. And it was just, traffic was just horrible. And the people, they blow the horns like, I don't know, every 15 seconds, every 5 seconds, beep, 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 beep. But the beep, beep is not like, get out of the way, you idiot. It's like, beep, beep, watch out, I'm on this side. Or beep, beep, watch out, I'm over here. Okay, just watch me. You know, like the lines in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's just a suggestion.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be a 2-lane, but it is a 3-lane or a 4-lane. It's whatever it is. So, but it was just chaotic out on the road. Soon as we turned off into where the factory was located, I swear to God, you thought you'd entered a massive park. You had flowers and you had trees and well groomed grass, and they really, really took care of it. And we went inside and toured around and left about, I don't know, I guess it was 2 hours later. But a massive, massive change from out on the regular street to where a private business took over. But I enjoyed it.
You're going to miss Jinder Mahal.
Yep, I will miss him.
Yep. Have you ever seen him wrestle?
I bet he ends up in TNA.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just thinking.
Not AEW?
I don't think people in AEW know who Jinder Mahal is. I really don't. And I don't think Jinder Mahal would help AEW at all. Period. I mean, if the really big stars like Edge and all those guys, they didn't help them that much. It's like anything else. They can go there, but as soon as they're there like a month, you say, wait a minute. He's less over here than he was over there. See, Edge was a big star. Then they brought him over there, and he's just one of them. So I don't know.
Well, you could go over there and be one of, I don't know. Probably, I think TNA is probably a good shout. Let me just go through the other people who have been fired. Xia Li, Chinese guy, barely showed up. Zion Quinn, barely showed up. Von Wagner, he was a part of the April 9, never even made it to Raw or SmackDown, but he was drafted as a free agent in 2023. So he was completely wasted.